Are you ready to learn the truth about your third eye? I'm going to teach you a meditation lesson that is so important that not only does it have the power to transform your meditation practice, it could literally transform the way you see yourself and how you view life. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and click that bell icon so you're always notified whenever I upload a new technique or lesson on meditation. The lesson I'm about to teach you, I've taught to thousands of clients all over the world, students, people from different backgrounds, because this knowledge that I'm about to share with you is completely universal. It's something that is beyond your physical experience of life. It's who you are at your very core. It's the truth of your nature and being. It sounds like a tall ask, but I promise you it's incredibly quite simple. To get started, we're going to do a little exercise. I want you to close your eyes and I want you to think of a red lemon. Literally normal lemon, but just red. Now open your eyes. Notice there's no red lemons around you physically, but the moment you close your eyes and the moment I keep saying red lemon, you're going to keep conjuring up that red lemon in your mind. So it's not the red lemon that's important here. It's the fact that there's a version of you that is experiencing something that isn't in physical life. There's a version of you that can conjure up a creation, such as the red lemon, that isn't in physical life. That version of you that can witness the red lemon and create it just like magic in your mind, that is your third eye. That is who you are within. Your third eye is not something that you have, it's something that you are. And this is a common misinterpretation from Eastern practice or Eastern philosophy to Western practice. The third eye is who you are innately, and there's other words for it too. You've got the third eye, the higher self, the inner self, the governing self. It's the version of you that has a voice inside your head. It's basically the version of you that sits within your own mind. Did that make sense to you? Do me a favor, just click the like button or leave a comment below just to let me know that I'm on the right track, just so that I know that I'm delivering the most digestible lessons that I possibly can, because it's easy to get lost in this esoteric world of meditation. Okay, so to continue this lesson, so you now know that you exist as the third eye within your own mind. The third eye is something that you are, it's not something that you have. There's another word that we often see in the New Age world or the New Age industry that we often kind of think is separate to the third eye. When you really understand the ancient scriptures well and you look at them side by side, you start realizing that these two words are more similar than they are different. Another name of the third eye that you may be familiar with is the term consciousness. Now, the reason why we see our third eye as something separate is because we're not really taught in schools or anywhere in the world of who we are within. We only get to connect to ourselves as body. We only understand ourselves as body. Maybe it's because in this physical experience of life, we experience hunger, pain, fear, sadness, sorrow, love, joy. We experience so many different physical elements of this world that it's very hard to deny or accept rather that we exist as something beyond this physical body. But just like you imagined a red lemon in your mind, you clearly exist as something much more. And here's another trippy thing. You can't physically take your meditation to your memories. Like if I ask you to think about what you had for breakfast this morning, you physically cannot take your body there. That's you as the third eye existing within your mind. That's you as consciousness sitting within your mind, retrieving that memory of what you had for breakfast. And that's the version of yourself that you need to accept and exist as in order for you to effectively meditate, so that you can observe all the thoughts and feelings and distractions. Like for example, when you're sitting in meditation, you're getting distracted by sounds or noises or smells or whatever else comes up to distract you. You've got to realize that what you're experiencing is just the same as viewing and conjuring up the image of the red lemon. You need to see every experience as separate from you. You are third eye, you are consciousness, you are the inner self, you are the higher self, and you are observing that experience. You are witnessing it. If you feel consumed by the experience, as if like there's a difficult memory has come up and you're completely emotionally gripped, that's okay. That's where you use the power of breath. Just simply breathe, pull yourself out of it, and sit in stillness as the third eye. So you also got to think as well that the thing that's in control of your breath and the thing that's controlling your breathing and all the other functions and keeping everything going You know, your body's a separate entity from this third eye state. The third eye exists within the body. Therefore, it's like you are this deity within your mind with 1,000 arms just pulling in data points and creating all this stuff to make sure that your body functions, to make sure that your mind is operating, that you can generate ideas, think, feel, you know, engage your senses. You know, there's a version of yourself that is so powerful, and because we don't recognize with it, we don't access our entire intelligence. Our bodies are limited. Every breath we take, we are getting closer, we are getting older, and we are getting closer towards ultimately death. I mean, these bodies aren't going to last forever, but something within us is far greater than that, and it has access to different moments in time. Like I said, the physical body can't go into the past, into our memories, and the physical body cannot, you know, sit inside your mind and create new ideas. You exist as something much higher, something much meta, like a metaphysical version of yourself, and that's what we would consider the third eye. So no magic third eye in the med center of your mind. Don't worry about the pineal gland. Just understand that you are the third eye, and that you are consciousness, higher self, inner self in the body. You are also the same thing in the mind. You only exist as one entity, and you can experience your body, and you can experience the goings on in your mind. And when you can recognize with this one entity, this third eye, this consciousness, this inner self, higher self, governing self, whatever name you want to call it, once you're able to exist and recognize yourself as that, your life will start to change. Your experiences of life will start to change. How you connect with life and the things in your mind will start to change. You just need to learn how to exercise it and move it into different realms of consciousness. And that's where I can help you. I've put together a very special webinar detailing the 3 common mistakes most people make in their meditation practice. And once you overcome these 3 common mistakes, you'll be able to start meditating like a monk and transcend consciousness into those higher realms of awareness. If that sounds like something you'd be interested in, check out the description below for the link to access the webinar. And if you haven't done so already, grab a copy of my book. It's called Meditate, Breathe into Meditation and Awaken Your Potential, so that you can start developing a healthy and effective meditation practice and start transforming your life by accessing the entire intelligence that exists within you. Thank you for joining me in this video, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and click that little bell icon so you never miss a meditation lesson or technique that I upload. Thank you again, and I'll see you next week.